Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gebo the Shaman, and this is my channel. So today we're talking about why Western astrology will always be wrong, is wrong, and always will be wrong. Well, that's easy, because it's using the wrong calculation. That's your 30-second video right there. I mean, it's really simple, guys. You can't predict anything if you're using the wrong calculation, and that's just it. Vedic astrology or Western astrology is using the wrong calculation. So, if you want to know in a nutshell why it's wrong, that's because they're using the wrong calculation. It's a big freaking difference too. It's 24 degrees off from the correct Vedic sidereal zodiac. That's simple. So, you know, this is why I'm so irritated with Western astrology, because, people want to use these oversimplifications of astrology and say, oh, that's bullshit because I don't resonate with that. So their Western chart might not be even close to what their Vedic chart is. So their Western chart will be about 24 degrees off from what their Vedic chart is, and that's a huge difference. That could mean like a whole entire sign like being different, And so if your ascendant is different, then your whole chart is messed up. It's not accurate. It's not correct. So, what is accurate? Vedic astrology. Vedic astrology uses the current positioning of the planets as they are sitting in the sky. So, for example, if I open an astrology app or astronomy app, where like they have these apps where they show you in VR. You can look up at the sky and point your phone where you're looking, and it'll show you what planet is there. So if I do that with an app, I can see that, oh, Mars is in Scorpio right now. Not in Sagittarius, like they say in the Western astrology. It's in Scorpio right now. Last time I checked, 11 degrees Scorpio. So that would place it in, I don't know, whatever. Doesn't really matter. But, that's a big difference between Scorpio and Sagittarius. That's two way different energies. And then too, if we're talking about nakshatras, it could be a whole, like, 3 nakshatras away. It could be 3 nakshatras away, So it's really important that we have an accurate calculation, because if we don't have an accurate calculation, then our predictions are gonna be all fucked up. They're not gonna be accurate. So it's important that we actually get things right. And Western astrology will always get things wrong, because Western astrology is using a wrong calculation, an outdated calculation. And Western astrologers can get as pissed off about that as they like to. Okay? But that's just the truth. You're using a wrong calculation. And then on top of that, on top of your already wrongness, on top of your wrongness already, you're also using the wrong sign for your, wrong zodiac sign. So, for example, my sun is placed in... Marley, calm down. Okay. Somebody had a hissy fit. I'm not even gonna bother editing this, and just fuck it. So on top of that, so on top of the wrongness in degrees, calculating degrees, degrees of planetary placements, because Western astrology is 24 degrees wrong. And that's wrong by a lot in astrology already. On top of that, you're using the wrong zodiac sign. So, for example, Western astrology is all about the sun sign. The sun sign is not, it's 1/3 of a prediction. Okay? So your sun sign is not the end all be all. Your sun sign is your ego. That's all it is. Just a sign of your ego. That's all. And that's all Western astrologers care about, is the ego. It's I'm really trying to be facetious with this one. Your sun sign. What does that mean? Well, we're not all our sun, because we have 7 different planets in our chart. There's just no way that we can fully resonate with our sun. We have the moon, we have Mars, we have Jupiter, Mercury, blah blah blah. So why are we using the sun as the zodiac sign? That makes no fucking sense. So, anyway, so you're using the sun as your zodiac sign. That makes no sense. In Vedic astrology, we use the ascendant. First of all, your ascendant is your sun, is your zodiac sign. So the planet, the constellation, the sign that was rising in the east at the time of your birth, and that is specific. That's the ascendant changes every 2 hours. That's pretty damn specific. Whereas your sun sign changes every 30 days. What the fuck is that about? So someone who's born July 13th could be the same person, same zodiac sign as a person who's born at the beginning or end of that period. No, that's nonsense. It doesn't mean anything, guys. It really doesn't mean anything. If you're talking about why we use the ascendant as the zodiac sign in Vedic astrology is because, one, it's more accurate because it changes more often. It changes every 2 hours. And so another reason is because this is how the energies of the cosmos are manifested into reality. This is where the Earth meets the constellations. This is where the constellations' energy gets grounded, and that's why we use that as our zodiac sign, because that's our primary interface between the Earth and the sky. That's why. So, we use the ascendant first and foremost, and then we use the moon. Why do we use the moon? The moon is the meditative mind. The moon is the heart mind. The moon is the emotions, the psychological aspect to us, because we're not all our ego. Our ego is one aspect of us. First of all, the way that the cosmos is grounded into us, that's the first thing that we look at. The second is our psychological programming, and that's seen by the moon sign. The third thing that we look at is our ego, or our soul, and that is determined by the sun sign. So there you go. The sun, moon, and rising sign are the 3 aspects of the personality. That's why we look at those. That's why when you get a reading from me, I tell you your sun, moon, and ascendant, because these superficial fucking predictions that Western astrologers use, they don't mean anything. That's why when you look at, oh, what's going to happen this week in my zodiac sign, it doesn't fucking pan out. One, because they're using a wrong fucking model, and two, because they're using wrong zodiac sign. And then I guess the third one would be like they use these little like horoscopes, like the daily horoscopes. Okay, so if you look at your daily horoscope, it's going to be bullshit. It's going to be absolute total bullshit. 99% of the time. Because not only are they wrong with their calculation, they're wrong with their zodiac sign, and they're wrong with the daily horoscopes, or the horoscopes for the time period. Guys, planets are not going to have a strong effect. They take time to build, so you're not going to experience one extreme one day and then the other extreme the other day. That's just not going to happen. So when you're looking at planetary changes, you're going to look at how long is that planet in that nakshatra? How long is that planet in that sign? And that's going to be for a certain time period. It's not going to be just a day. That never happens. So you need to look at the time period, and then you need to see, oh well, what planetary aspects do I have? What transition? What do I call it? What do you call it? What like transits? Planetary transits do I have? What aspects? What's going on in the whole chart? Because you have to look at the whole chart. You have to look at a person's whole entire chart in order to see the transition of a planet and what's going on in that planet and what's going on in their chart. Because you have to look at everything, not just one. Oh, your sun sign is in blah 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 and it's transiting, and so that means blah blah blah. No. It's more complicated than that, and we're all multi-dimensional, and we're all have more than one aspect to us. We're all more than our sun sign. We have 9 planets in our in our chart. We have Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars. What else? Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. That's 9. Anyway, but yeah, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu. So, anyway, so we all have these different impacts, or these different influences from the different planets. Different planets are going to be doing different things. So why would you ever use just one planet to? Oh, this is no. It's more complicated than that. You can't. Don't be fooled by the superficiality of Western astrology. It's more complicated than that. Astrology is a science, and so to narrow down or make something superficial, it's just going to be wrong. It's just going to be inaccurate, or in the best case scenario, it won't give you the full picture. So that's why we look at your whole entire chart. Anyway, guys, I'm really irritated by Western astrologers. That's because they're wrong, and they will always be wrong. And I kind of kind of, you know, I'm happy about that in a sense, because, well, that means that I know that I'm right. I know how right I am, and in a sense, it's just infuriating, because I can't watch somebody get it wrong over and over and over again. It's like bashing your head into a wall over and over and over again, and hoping to get it right the next time. It's just not gonna work. So anyway, yeah. So, well, Mars in Scorpio, huh? I guess I let that one out of the bag. Alright, guys, well, don't, if I can leave you with one thing, don't listen to Western astrologers. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And don't trust them, because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So, yeah. Alright, peace.